For you to construct a good fitting pattern with a sure confidence that you truly understand what you are doing, there are guidelines that you must follow. And what are these guidelines? Join me now as we learn something new together. Hello adorables, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Gina and I'm glad to have you here. If this is your first time of tuning into this channel, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. In this channel, I teach a step-by-step pattern making method of cut and sew for beginners who are willing and ready to learn something new in the fashion industry. In my last video, I explained the importance of measurement, and I've been able to list out the parts to measure, and also went into practical by measuring all those parts for the construction of a blouse pattern. Today, I'm super excited because we are going right into the construction proper. In today's lesson, I'll be going into the practical aspect of pattern making techniques, which is the construction of the basic lines that will guide us to be able to construct a good fitting pattern. But before we go right into today's lesson, please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, click on the like button, and also press the notification bell so that you get notified of my subsequent video uploads. Do not also hesitate to share this video with your friends and loved ones, and most importantly, please kindly leave the comment in the comment section below, and I'll be glad to respond to all your comments. Okay guys, like I said in my intro, to construct a good fitting pattern, there are step-by-step guidelines that you must follow to be able to construct a good pattern. I call these lines guidelines because there are lines that will guide you to understand the human body structure. So these are the guidelines that will guide you to construct a good fitting pattern. So let's get right into it. The first guideline is the middle line. How do we achieve the middle line? You achieve the middle line by measuring the edge of your pattern paper. This is the edge to the other edge of your pattern paper. This one is giving me 25. For me to divide this pattern paper into two equal parts, I need to divide 25 inches by 2, and that is 12 for 8, which is 12 and a half. So I'll measure 12 and a half from the edge here. Can you see it? So I'll measure 12 and a half from the edge here of the paper. 12 and a half. I notch. I also measure here. I notch. So the next thing is to connect this. The next thing is to connect these notches together on a straight line from the top of the paper down to the down part. So we draw a straight line to connect all those notches together so as to divide the pattern paper into two equal parts. So this middle line will enable you to divide the paper, your pattern paper into two equal parts. You have the first part that is facing you direct to be the front part, and you have the other side to be the back side of the human body. So that is the first guideline. The second guideline is getting the top line. For you to get the top line, you measure 2 inches from the top of your pattern paper downward. So let's measure 2 inches from the top of my pattern paper downward. We have 2 inches. You notch. Make sure it is at the edge. So the next thing is to connect those notches together on a straight line. So having done that, we've gotten 2 out of our guidelines. The first is the middle line and the top line. So the next line that we need to guide us in this construction of a blouse pattern is the waistline. For you to get your waistline, you need your full front measurement. Why do we need the full front measurement? Because the full front measurement is measured from the shoulder down to the waist line. And for us to translate that into our pattern paper, we need to make use of the full front length measurement. My full front length measurement is 18. So from the top line here, this top line represents the shoulder of the human body. So I'll measure 18 inches from the top line. We measured 18 inches downward. Now this measurement is covering this from the edge of my paper to the other edge, because it is a circumference type of measurement. It is a measurement that goes round the body, the fullness of the body. You understand? That is why we are going to draw the line from this edge of the paper to the other edge, from the front to the back. So the waistline is going to go round the front and the back. So I'll now measure 18 inches, which is my full front length, round from the front to the back, so I can get my waistline. So you now use your ruler to connect those notches together on a straight line. So this is our waistline. This is our top line, which represents the shoulder line, and this is our waistline. So we now write, just to label, we write WL, waistline. The next guideline is the hip line. Now, for us to get the hip line, there is a standard measurement for that, and that is 8 inches from the waistline downward. So we measure 8 inches from the waistline downward. This contains the front side and the back side of your pattern paper. So you now notch 8 inches. Now connect these lines, these notches, together with your ruler on a straight line. So this is our hip line now. The waistline, the hip line, just label it by writing HP, which is the hip line. So our next guideline is referred to as the underarm. The underarm, that is the armpit area that goes round through the bust to the back. We call that the underarm, because we cannot call it the bust line, because there is no bust at the back. And this underarm line covers both the front and the back. It's part of our circumference type of measurement. So for us to get our underarm line, we divide our nape to waist measurement into 2 and subtract 1 inch from it. So my nape to waist measurement is 14. So dividing 14 by 2, I have 7. Minus 1, I have 6. So that is the formula for arriving at your underarm line on your pattern paper. The formula again is nape to waist divided by 2 minus 1. So whatever you get, you measure it from the waistline upward. So now let's measure our 6. My answer now is 6 inches. So I'll measure 6 inches from the waistline upward. I'll do that to cover both the front and the back pattern. So now I'll connect the notches with my ruler on a straight line. Also remember to label your lines. So we have the underarm line. So you label it as UA, underarm line. So now we have our top line, which represents the shoulder line, our waistline, hip line, then the underarm line. The next guideline is our bust line. This bust line only affects the front pattern. It does not affect the back pattern. The reason why this underarm is affecting the back pattern is because of the shaping of your arm, of the arm for attaching the sleeve. The next guideline to draw is the bust line. And to get the bust line, we deduct the nape to waist measurement from the full front measurement. My nape to waist measurement is 18 and my full front measurement is 14. So to deduct 14 from 18, we have 4 inches. So 4 inches is the measurement for the bust line. And how do we get that? We measure from the underarm. We measure from the underarm line upward 4 inches to get our bust line. So you measure from the underarm line in the front pattern only. This all only applies to the front pattern. 4 inches. And you now connect with your ruler on a straight line. Also remember to label your lines for you to be guided on what each line stands for. So this line is the bust line. You write your BL as the bust line. So we have our shoulder line, the waist line, the hip line, the underarm line, the bust line. Then we are moving on to the across chest line. For us to get our cross chest line, we measure 2 inches from the bust line upward. So, when you measure 2 inches from the bust line upward, it will be getting to the top part of your bust. We now measure 2 inches from the bust line upward. So you connect the notches together on a straight line. Also remember to label your line. This is our cross chest. You label it by writing AC, across chest line. So we have gotten our major guideline. We are left with just some few parts. Now we are moving to the back pattern to construct. You turn your paper to face you for the back pattern. Now we want to get our nape to waist line. Nape to waist. Remember, our nape to waist is from the beginning of the bone and the spinal cord. My nape to waist, like I said, is 14 inches. So I measure 14 inches from the waistline upward. A notch. Remember, it applies to the back pattern only. After you have notched, you now connect those lines together with your ruler on a straight line. So we have our waist, nape to waist line now. Remember to label it as NW. NW. So that is a nape to waist line at the back. Now the last guideline that we need to draw is the across back. Remember, we have gotten our across chest. Now we want to get our across back. And for us to get our across back, you measure between the underarm line and the nape to waist. Divide it into 2. Now let me measure from the nape to waist down to underarm line. I have 8 inches there. So I now divide 8 inches by 2. I have 4. So that means my across back is 4 inches from underarm line. This is how to get your across back. Just measure between the underarm and the nape to waist. Measure it. The total measurement you divide into two. Notch and connect with your ruler on a straight line. Now, remember to label. You label as your A across back, which is AB. This is why I call these lines as the guidelines to construct a good pattern. But for the starting point, get all this. Get someone to measure. Once you measure the person, get this pattern paper, the brown pattern paper, and try to draw these guidelines and get ready for our next tutorial. If this video has been of help to you, if you have learned something in today's tutorial, please kindly give this video a thumbs up and press the notification bell so that you get notified of my next video upload. Do not hesitate to also leave your comment in the comment section. And for my previous videos, I'll be leaving a link in the description box. Try and watch those videos and also subscribe if you have not subscribed before. Thank you for being a part of today's tutorial. I really appreciate you. All right, till my next video upload, remember, always aspire and strive to be the best version of yourself. Bye.